So moving on to the second element, which is the maintenance loan. And again, the figures for 11-12. Students living at home are entitled to £3,750 per annum, which roughly calculated, depending on the number of weeks that you calculate it over, works out at, as I have calculated there, about £87 per week. The point I would be illustrating there is that while at the start of the year it seems like a lot of money, spread over the academic year on a weekly basis, it's not a lot of money. Again, highlighting the importance of the budget. Students living away from the parental home are eligible for a loan of £4,840 per annum. Now, it should be noted that in the maintenance loan, 75% of the loan is non-means tested. All students get it. The other 25% is depending on family income, and families with higher income, above roughly £50,000, may well have all of or some part of that 25% reduced. So that's the maintenance loan. Next, we have the maintenance grant, and looking at the thresholds, for families with income of 19,203 or less, the student would be entitled to the full grant, which is £3,475. Families with income of £41,065 or more, there would be no grant. And between those two figures, there's a sliding scale. We get a partial grant. If a student is entitled to the maintenance grant, at this point in time and for the year 10-11, they are entitled to an institutional bursary. Figures for 11-12 are not yet available, so I cannot comment on them. My own advice would be to be cautious. That I would expect that at best they might remain the same, but it would not surprise me in the current climate if the figures are reduced for the year 11-12. But just going through the figures for the year 10-11 for the University of Ulster, the figures, there's three amounts, depending again on household income, and the amounts are 320, 640, or maximum of 1,095. That figure is paid in this year in the University of Ulster, is paid on the 7th of March in lump sum. So reviewing the figures again, there's four elements: the fee loan, which is paid direct to the university; the maintenance loan, which is paid in 3 instalments, start of first semester late September, beginning of second semester at the beginning of January, and in April; and the maintenance grant, which if you're eligible for it will be paid alongside the loan; and the institutional bursary, which, as I say, this year is paid in 1 instalment on the 7th of March. And it's important to note here that the one application, you don't have to submit different applications for each of these elements. The one application covers everything. So other groups that I haven't touched on, just very briefly: part-time students. As you can see the figures there, they get a fee grant and a small contribution towards their course. Health professional students, where their fees, they don't have to pay fees, they have a means tested bursary, and they are eligible for a reduced loan. Nursing students, again, no fees to pay and a non-means tested bursary. So a summary of, to my mind, the most important points: think ahead and plan. Use that website to spend some time browsing, seeing what your entitlement might be, and again, if in doubt, check it out. Inform yourself. Keep records and deal with all correspondence in a timely fashion. Be realistic and act early. And lastly, and probably most importantly, avail of the help that is there. A lot of people only too willing to give you help. Other issues that perhaps I could go into in more detail in another day, if they apply to you, by all means contact me and we'll try and help. Just often find myself advising students on banks, how to handle what an overdraft is for, how to manage their overdraft, credit cards and store cards, residency, what constitutes a UK student, how do you qualify, and what happens if you don't qualify. Student parents, students who have children either before they come to the university or during the university, what supports and helps might be available for them. Disabled students, what is available, what supports are available to them, and there are supports available for all categories of students. Non-UK students, what their funding options are. And we haven't at this stage looked at the repayment of student loans, but we can look at that. Again, is covered in the booklets, and anybody has any questions, they can contact me. On that point, my contact details are there. I would encourage anybody to feel free to contact me at any stage, and I'll try and help them as best I can. There's also a student support section within the university, and I would encourage students to contact that. It covers all areas: finance, accommodation, counselling, healthcare, childcare. So there's help available for all, in all areas. So that's the end of the presentation. Thank you very much, and good luck with your time at university.